Early years of UK hip-hop are often forgotten, what with the limited recorded output and lack of documentation outside of those involved in the relatively small scene at the time. Nevertheless, there are a number of groups whose impact reached beyond their releases, and for that, they should be acknowledged. One such group was Family Quest, who came up out of Islington, North London in 1983. And that could be in my bio. I came up out of Islington, North London in 1983 because it's the year I was born. So when I was born, these lot was already doing their thing in my environment, going at it. You know what I'm saying? So love that. The group consisted of a quartet of performers in Chico MC, E-Mix, Dirty Harry and Mystery MC. Mystery MC is widely considered to be the first British female rapper and, while outnumbered by her three male counterparts, was given an equal footing and regularly stood out for her lyrical ability, receiving much praise despite being younger, white and a woman. They made their name initially as the resident MCs at Spats on Oxford Street, hosted by Tim Westwood. And that's something I've heard about for years. You know what I'm saying, so yeah, we can talk about that. Obviously, it's before my time, but I just remember hearing that venue mentioned a lot, or the event. I don't know if that's the venue or the event or what it is, but I don't know if she sent me. I saw a flyer. I need to get that flyer up on the screen before we finish this. The event on a Saturday afternoon was a regular haunt for fans ranging from the age of 10 to 21 and was the core venue to get yourself seen and known in the I don't know how to pronounce that word, London hip hop scene. The group achieved their gig at the resident MCs by submitting a mixtape to Westwood's LWR radio show, catching the ear of the host in progress. So even though, you know, Tim is under the red flag at the moment, I always used to defend Tim to say that I think he did more for UK hip hop than people make out. That he's more active in the early days. So yeah, we'll get into that. Family Quest's first release would come in 1984 with Outer Space 84 rap, recorded alongside Automation, coming out on Jungle Rhythm Records. The track is considered by many to be the first song that created a distinctive UK sound, incorporating a reggae vibe and making a point of differentiating between the vocabularies of UK and US rappers, something that the likes of London Posse and Demon Boys would bring to the fore 4 years later. Ooh, that's big claims, man. I didn't see. I'm glad I ain't played this yet. You know what I'm saying? Because, and someone else said to me today, Demon Boys, because we were talking about the accent thing, right? Someone said, well, Demon Boys done a London accent before London Posse. And I was like, well, I always thought that was later, or they were considered American before, but they were trying to correct me on that. So we're going to get into all these artists. We're not, like I say, 4 years later, we're not getting to them yet. 1986 would be the key year for Family Quest after entering and winning the King of the Streets competition on Mike Allen's Capital radio show. They were awarded the opportunity to release a single on Morgan Khan's Streetwave label. Streetwave was the sister label of Street Sounds, who produced the cult electro LP series that were essential for early UK hip-hoppers. The track to come out of this would be the early classic Sleepwalking, co-produced by David Toop, author of Rap Attack, and the only UK recording to appear on Electro 13. This connection with Street Sound would lead them to being the only UK act to perform at the legendary hip-hop show UK Fresh 86 at Wembley Arena, alongside many of the American heavyweights of the time like Africa Bambaataa, Grandmaster Flash and Mantronix in front of 16,000 people. Unfortunately, Sleepwalking would be the last recording the group would release. A lack of interest among the British public for this new sound, dismissed by many as a fad who preferred the new romantic bands dominating the charts, meant they struggled to make an impact. Differences in opinion with Street Sounds would also result in them leaving the label. Nevertheless, Family Quest were an important group in the early years of hip-hop in London and should be remembered for what they contributed to a scene just starting out. And that's why we're doing this. Yeah, that's why we're doing this this show right here. So let's get this up.
something. About what? Something that's happening. Happening to every man, every woman, every child, and also spreading the whole world wide. It's like, doctor, I'm going out of my head. I woke up in the park when I should have been in bed. He said, explain to me what you mean. I says, well, doctor, I've been sleepwalking. I had my dinner about 7:30. Watched a movie, fell asleep about 11:30. I dreamt I was making love in the dark when I woke up by myself, all alone in the park. Hey, doctor, am I losing my mind? Is sleepwalking something you commonly find? Well, it is and it isn't, but it's also true. Now explain a bit more. What happened to you? Well, I was sleepwalking.
I can hear this. It sounds American, but I can hear some there is some British stuff in there. Like, I don't know, the production, and maybe it's because it's a group. I don't know if I played a group yet. I don't know if there's been any groups in what I've played so far. But it's sick how you're hearing like certain different voices and ad-libs coming in and stuff like that. That I don't think we were hearing on anything we've really played so far.
So true. Now explain a bit more. What happened to you? Well, I was sleepwalking. 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 Well, I was sleepwalking. 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 Well, as I'm telling the doctor, he goes, yes, yes, yes. So as I hit the good part, says, you guess the rest. As you see, it was me and my girl. She made me feel like James Cagney on top of the world. So if you sleepwalk and you feel like a jerk, if you do, take a look at people going to work. Cause to me, it looks like they're all asleep every morning, yawning. They're out on the street. I had to shake one's hand. I don't know if he can, cause when he spoke, what he said is, I don't know who I am. So if you sleepwalk again and again, if you feel it's a problem, tell a doctor or your friend.
I think this has got like, I don't know, I'm feeling it still. It's got more of a like a attempt at kind of a hook that, you know, can be not catchy but like just stand out, and it's got quite a bit of dynamics of where it kind of builds up, the build up before the hook drops. Where a lot of the other songs, I don't know, they had hooks, but it was like I said they were trying to be novelty or whatever. This has got a kind of concept to it or whatever. It's a bit different still. Obviously there's the DJs right in there.
Wake up everybody, what's going on? Do you live your life right, or why you living it wrong? Do you play with the shadows and dance in the night? Is your soul being twisted by your lack of insight? It's a thick you can't see through. Don't let it stop you understanding what I'm saying to you. You'll be held back by people with niche for brains unless you look for the truth, cause it still remains. They close your eyes, turn you blind without you realizing, so you won't mind. If you realize then you would mind. With both eyes open you couldn't be blind. Look around, well wait, your body and soul, it's breakfast time. You're in the cereal bowl, who's controlling the dream? You're walking in, playing with your life like it ain't no thing. Snap out of it now before you reach the end. You ain't chasing nothing, just chasing a trend. Listen up my friend to the message we send. Now you see the light, will you start again? Behind the curtain of knowledge is where the truth lies. You get there by fighting within between the lines. If you're strong you can do it, if you're weak you can try. You may find the strength in the things you pass by.
Get up, not now. My beats are little weapons. Fresher than fresh.
Obviously that was Mystery MC's verse there, hard. Again, I'm hearing certain words here and there where I'm hearing the kind of Britishness. The production on this is mad. Like just all the different stuff going on. It's got obviously a bit of a rock element in there, but it's not like overbearing or whatever. But I'm hearing a bit of that rock, like Run DMC, and I don't know where it is in the timeline as well. In the bits where it's shouted, like when the backing comes in with like a bit of shouting.
The family quest.
You should go far. They then are there to school themselves up when they try to get out and they find that they're stuck in their dream. We don't exist, so they can't see us doing this.
Stop looking, listen to what you've been missing. Yo, Chico, yo, dirty, listen to my rapping. Chico, remember way back in school days, I met a school girl without no name, but it could have been Jane or was it Elaine?
Oh yeah, see, I remember that day.
She was sleepwalking.
What? Tell me again.
I said she's sleepwalking.
Yeah.
On my street or with another.
You hear that? I'm gonna pull that up. Now they're doing the back-to-back part. It's like the second voice that was coming in, I can hear the British. He said, like, say that again. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say, like, however they say it in America or whatever, but I can hear the Britishness in them certain lines there. Johnny Coombe said, kind of punky.
Chico, remember way back in school days, I met a school girl without no name, but it could have been Jane or was it Elaine?
Oh yeah, see, I remember that day.
She was sleepwalking.
What? Tell me again.
I said she's sleepwalking.
Yeah.
On my street or with my nighties and the slippers on.
Kiss my teeth.
Well, I thought to myself, this is mighty funny, because a stranger looking woman walking in a 19.
Well, I read about that in the magazine, but I heard it was to do with the mind. Well, did you go up to her and give her a ride?
Just I had to walk on by.
Say what?
With a body to catch, I knew I had to fly.
That's all you gotta say about a girl sleepwalking. Should've took her to the party, dressed her up freaky, freaky with a glimmer in your hands up. Fool, she wouldn't give you what you want, and give you no bull.
Chica MC, you know me better than that, because I got my own woman, I can give my rap. Kiss, kiss, baby, kiss, kiss today. Sleepwalking,
What?
don't do it to the day. Hey, Chica MC, what you got to say?
Well, why don't people sleepwalk?
You tell me.
Some of them in uptown, but they're always down.
Town in the night, or was it the day?
Their eyes could be open and they're feeling away. Then in the middle of it all, they're getting kicked up their ass. Late night by somebody you're walking past.
Can't say that I've done it, can't say that I will. Rising up a real act, a rather chill. Don't take me as a doctor with a big diploma.
Professor Scientist, say what?
Oh,
It's just your mind when it's stronger and it was to play tricks. I knew a man named Benny, he was crazy. He claimed he walked from Highgate down south to City. Hopped on top of him because the 30 boss looking so why did he sleepwalk? Now, poor old Benny's in casualty. Ha ha.
Big up Islington, yeah. That was the sound of Family Quest Sleepwalking, featuring our guest Mystery MC, who we're gonna get on very shortly. But yeah, I just want to say big up Islington, yeah, big up Izzy, as we came to call it years later. And it's just one funny thing. IBMC said Lorraine Chase did a novelty rap record in 1979. Yes. IBMCs. We did that last week, and I didn't do it in the women. I'm gonna have to play a bit of it again today just to acknowledge it in this part of the conversation. But we did find that, and the funny thing is, it's like that Lorraine Chase record was before any of the male UK rapper records, pretty much. So it's like that blows the whole thing out of the water. But there is a conversation where it's like, I argued this guy, Alan and Blewett, these guys were before Dizzy Heights, and Mystery MC corrected me to kind of say, but they weren't in a hip-hop scene. It wasn't hip-hop because it wasn't part of hip-hop culture, and I kind of get what that is as well. You know, I get that point. We can discuss it. We go, oh, here's someone rapping before then. Cool. But then there's another discussion of what was actually someone in hip-hop culture. So it's like, cool, we found Lorraine Chase. But Mystery MC here is in hip-hop culture, and she's involved in the scene, and that's why I want to get her on to talk about it. But I just wanted to say something about Islington, in that, big up Joe Black. Joe Black was like, you know, he a lot of people see him as the first person to like really blow up in rap from Islington, yeah? Years later, in like, when UK rap became this viable thing, selling like crazy. But even he was before it was selling like crazy. It was a mixtape era that kind of built what became the big industry that came after, right? And Joe Black often, I've had issues with some of his interviews where he'd be like, yeah, he's always saying, put my borough on the map. I've said this before. I don't know if he's seen it, because later on, I started seeing Joe Black doing interviews. He did an interview where, because before he'd be like, I put my borough on the map, and act like there was nobody here in Islington before. But then I later see him do an interview on Ego Media on Bobby Kasanga, where they was like, what was you hearing before, listening to? And he did say Mud Family. He also said like Mike GLC, but he said Mud Family Task Force as far as like what was going on in the borough, yeah? So I always have that kind of conversation about him to say, yo, Joe Black wasn't the first, yeah? And Heartless Crew are from the ends, it calls from UK Garage, but they rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's other lineages, right? So, I'm just really, I never knew about this. So I'm being educated right now. And this is like, there's a very like important UK hip hop group from Islington, Family Quest right here, is like a big deal to me. So yeah, just big them up, man. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Coombe said, sounds like Rodney and Sipo. Well, you think they sounded like, it sounded similar? Yeah, I mean, parts of it, and I guess what it said in the write up, right, that it kind of led to what they did later. He also said Beastie Boys. I guess he was saying that when I was saying Run DMC, but yeah, I could hear that Beastie Boys thing again. It's like that collaborative, saying certain lines together and stuff like that. Grizza Leng said 80s UK Izzy rap. It's Islington, it's all Ralphie. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, Islington's in the house. Yeah, Islington's in the house. We love that.